Good evening, friends from near and far. This is Santa Claus coming to you on this meaningful April 15th, 2026, sharing today's important stories from around our beautiful world. Today marks 7 years since the devastating fire at Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, when flames consumed the roof and toppled the historic spire. How heartwarming to remember that even in those dark hours, people came together with love and determination to restore this sacred place. The cathedral reopened its doors to pilgrims and visitors in 2024, a testament to what human hands can accomplish when hearts are united in purpose. Speaking of leaders, I noticed President Trump has shared that he wrote to China's President Xi, asking him not to provide weapons to Iran. According to the president, Xi responded that China isn't supplying Tehran with arms. In a later message, President Trump mentioned he would be visiting China in the coming weeks, expressing confidence about a warm welcome there. Meanwhile, across the troubled waters of the Middle East, the first full day of America's blockade in the Strait of Hormuz has shown mixed results. While several vessels were turned back to Iranian ports, other ships, including some Iran-linked tankers, crossed the waterway. Traffic remains much lower than before the conflict began in February, with only a fraction of the usual 130 daily crossing. My heart aches for all those caught in these troubled waters, sailors, families, and the innocent people whose lives are disrupted by conflict. Now, turning our attention to our friends in Asia, Japan has offered a generous $10 billion framework to help neighboring Asian countries secure energy resources. Prime Minister Sani Takaichi announced this support would help these nations build stockpiles as Middle East tensions continue to affect prices and supply. What a wonderful example of neighbors helping neighbors during difficult times. As I always say, when we share our blessings with others, there's always enough to go around. With deep sadness, I must share news of two school shootings in Turkey. A teenage student tragically took the lives of 3 fellow students and a teacher before taking his own life. My heart breaks for these precious children, their families, and their communities. Let us hold them in our prayers and remember that every child is a gift to be cherished and protected. Across the battlefields of Ukraine, Russia launched more than 300 drones and missiles overnight, targeting port infrastructure and killing 1 person while wounding at least 7 others. President Zelensky has been traveling through Europe seeking more assistance for air defense systems. He secured promises of further military and financial support from Germany and Norway. Dear friends, let us pray for peace in this region where so many innocent lives continue to be disrupted by violence. More hopeful news from Spain. The government has begun a program to offer amnesty to nearly 500,000 undocumented migrants who have been living and working in the country. Those with clean criminal records who arrived before the end of 2025 and can prove they've lived in Spain for at least 5 months are eligible for renewable 1-year residence permits. How wonderful to see a nation recognizing the dignity and worth of those seeking a better life. On another diplomatic front, Italy has suspended its defense agreement with Israel amid growing tensions over Israeli strikes near Italian UN peacekeepers in Lebanon. These tensions come as Israel continues strikes that have tragically killed 168 children among more than 2,100 people in Lebanon. Each of these children was precious, a unique and irreplaceable gift to our world. Let us hold their families in our hearts as they face unimaginable grief. In South Korea, an American social media personality known as Johnny Somali has been sentenced to 6 months in prison for various offenses, including desecrating a monument to women forced into sexual slavery during World War II. Let this remind us all to treat sacred places and the memory of those who suffered with reverence and respect. In Spain, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez met with Chinese President Xi Jinping to strengthen political and commercial ties. Both leaders pledged to safeguard multilateralism during these troubled times, with Xi emphasizing opposition to the world's retrogression to the law of the jungle. How important it is for world leaders to work together for the common good of all people. Finally, Super Typhoon Sinlaku, the strongest tropical cyclone of 2026 so far, has hammered the U.S. territories of Saipan, Tinian, and Guam in the western Pacific Ocean. This powerful storm brought high winds, storm surge, and flooding to these islands. Let us keep these communities in our prayers as they recover and rebuild. As we reflect on today's news, dear friends, remember that even in challenging times, acts of kindness and compassion light the way forward. Whether helping neighbors secure energy resources, offering sanctuary to those seeking a better life, or simply extending a hand to someone in need, each of us can make a difference in our troubled world. Until tomorrow, this is Santa Claus wishing you peace, love, and goodwill to all.